Hello, my name is Troy Epperson, and this is my website, oneononetrading.com. I've been doing trading and educating for many, many years, and if you're that guy that are almost break even, you're break even, you can't quite get over the line into profitability, maybe you could use a couple of hours of coaching that will really help maybe focus you and get you on your path to success. If so, please check out my website, oneononetrading.com, and I hope you enjoy the morning brief.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the morning brief. Today is Tuesday, March 28th. You can see by the news that we do have some news items. We have had some at 8:30, goods trade balance and preliminary wholesale inventories. These are yellow items, very little impact. The market really did not react to those at all. Nothing much to say there. At 9 o'clock, we have housing price index month over month, the S&P Case-Shiller Composite 20 housing price index year over year. Obviously, housing is really important to the underlying economy, so we do pay attention to those numbers. At 10 o'clock, we have the red item of the day, only red item, the CB Confidence, Consumer Confidence. It's at 10 a.m. And the Richmond Manufacturing Index. This one's really important. I watch this more so because it sort of gives me an idea of what's happening in the southern states from a manufacturing perspective. Also, we have FOMC member Barr speaking. And that's virtually all we have for the day. So we have some 9 o'clock, some 10 o'clock numbers, and that's basically it. Taking a look at the daily chart, so you'll see that I've turned off all the drawing objects so I can just sort of start over again. Every once in a while you have to do this just so that you can get a new perspective. So putting a trend line across the top of the highs and a trend line across the bottom of the lows. And so we have a wedge formation as it consolidates and moves more to the right. It just is building energy to break to one side or the other. Don't know what side that's going to be, but it is in a consolidation, energy absorbing area that will eventually break out. It will in one direction or the other. Now, we have a low, we have a higher low. That's bullish. We have a high, higher high, higher high. Although that is just barely a higher high from this point here, but at least from here we have a higher high from this point to this point. So that's also is bullish. You can also see that there is a level here, put a horizontal line right there. There is a base. We sort of got a bottom here and some enough going on that this is a support area. So maybe we put a rectangle there. Something like this. Whoops. Showing that we have an area of support. On the top side, do we have any support or resistance? We've got this little area right here. I mean, there is some if we go back a little ways. So maybe we should also add another rectangle there. Something like this. So that's kind of the range that we're seeing, and this is, of course, resistance on the top, support on the bottom. And you want to redraw your chart about every I do it about once a month, once every other month or so. Once it starts getting cluttered up, redo, reevaluate, and make sure you're not missing some sort of pattern as we are going along here. Where could it go today? I think the high from last week is in the ballpark, 40.73. The low from yesterday, or day before yesterday, which would be Friday, 39.37. That's sort of the bigger picture. And again, how do you figure this out? You sort of say, what's the average looking size bar? And then just sort of say, okay, here's where we are. If we had that average size bar, where would it go? It'd go somewhere about in here, maybe back down here in the middle. And you guesstimate. That's just the way it is. So that's what we do. Taking a look at the 60-minute, which is the inventory, shows the inventory. Yesterday, we had a very slight up day. It was up There's the close. There is the close. We're up, not very much, and inventory was slightly negative. So a little bit of divergence, but this is really sideways action, and this is really sideways action as well. I'm not going to read too much into that. Moving on. The intraday. So intraday, where we have the overnight high at 40.24, overnight low at 39.99.50. That's a pretty decent. That's about 30, almost 30. No, that's not quite 25 S&P points. That's still pretty decent overnight range. So the range still, volatility is crazy. Where do we have some consolidation? We have this little area band right here for some support at 39.97.50. Another spot here at 39.77. And if we get a little bit aggressive, maybe it'll get down to 39.66. Top side, where is resistance? Obviously, the overnight high, 40. We're going to round that up to 40.25. A little bit of area around 40.50. There's a kind of a band here between 45 and 50. There's a little bit. And then there's a bunch of stuff above 40.60. So I'd put a band at 59 all the way to 68. That's a big band of resistance. And if we should somehow get above that, there's more resistance around 40.80. So those are sort of the intraday numbers that I'm looking for. Stock Traders Almanac for today is 47.8. So a slightly negative bias for the day, not significant, only about a 3%. Actually 2.2% if you really want to get technical. To the downside, that's pretty close to neutral. Again, 47.8% chance the market will be up based on the Stock Traders Almanac. Hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and to like. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow.